afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the National Forum for giving me this wonderful opportunity to talk about my journey from being a participant to a leader in Hill Street Family Resource Center. My name is Vani, and I'm involved in the Hill Street Family Resource Center since 2016. Firstly, with my boys, then as a volunteer, and now as a member of the Parents Forum and the Board of Management. Before I tell you my story, I'd like to introduce a short video about Hill Street and the work that is done there as one of the 121 invaluable family resource centers throughout Ireland.
When I first came here, I felt really isolated, lonely. I was a new mom as well. And then one day we just come here for the playground with my child. Hill Street is like my home for my family.
Hill Street Family Resource Centre is an intercultural family resource centre based in the heart of Dublin's northeast inner city.
Really what we are is an open door. Within this area there's pockets of very high deprivation. There's a lot of homeless accommodation, there's social housing, very multicultural, and the common ground for people here is that they're parents.
I'm from Ukraine. And we are here with my daughter. It was very hard for her. And then we tried to go to Hill Center and she found herself here.
In Hill Street, I like to play with the toys.
I love coming here. I just love the atmosphere. It's so relaxed. Staff are lovely. You meet lots of new people from different backgrounds, different cultures. And it gets me out of the house, meeting new people and learning new skills.
I started with a parent cafe, parent courses, play therapy with kids. It helped me a lot, helped me making self-confidence, talking about myself.
In Hill Street, the first steps are when people come in that they're welcomed. The second step is that they find a voice. They're part of our Parents Forum. They're cultural ambassadors in the community, and that gives them the sense of belonging.
Around the New Year time, we just like, why are we not doing something to celebrate together? And it came to be like a traditional in this local area. Not just Chinese community, all the local people love to come here.
Parents always tell us they want more of what we do and they want more services. So what we hope for is to have a purpose-built building on this site that offers all those services in one area.
As long as there's a need within the northeast inner city for families to feel welcomed, to feel home, and be recognised and have a voice, there will be a need for Hill Street.
Each time I watch that video, I feel the emotion of every single person and how Hill Street has impacted on my life. I was that parent standing at the door, searching for support and guidance. In 2016, I started coming to Hill Street as a parent. My eldest son was 5, and he joined the after-school program, and I joined the parent and child group with my youngest son, who was 2. I came to Hill Street 2 to 3 times per week, and over the years, I attended the parenting classes, the yoga group, the prep for preschool program, and many more. In the parenting classes, I was amazed to see all of the parents having the same issues, even though we come from different backgrounds. We laughed, we talked, and we learned from each other. Hill Street was always there. The Parent Cafe was a place where I could enjoy a nice cup of tea around a table with other parents. I made new friends, and we felt we belonged. Hill Street became a place where I could hear my voice again and where I felt empowered. At this time, I started volunteering at the reception. It was such a pleasure to welcome every single parent with a big smile, as I could relate to them and their concerns. This work encouraged me to become a board member. I was confident, I felt heard, and I wanted to support the families in the community. As a board member, I get to understand the hard work that goes behind the scenes. I get to voice my opinion and participate in decision-making on how we can meet the needs in our community and how we can work together to support families and the staff. The most challenging time as a board was during the pandemic. Hill Street had changed how we work on a daily basis. As a board, we met every 2 weeks and strategized on how we could continue to support our families. I could stand here and talk for hours and tell you how Hill Street has changed my life and how I was once that parent with no support. Today, I feel proud to have stood in front of you and shared my story. This is the story of many parents who are part of Hill Street. Hill Street is our family resource center. The staff are our friends, and it is where we belong in our community. It is where I started as a participant and where I became a leader in my community. Thank you all for today. Gwermila Mahagwith.
Hi, my name is Eileen and I'm the project manager in Hill Street Family Resource Centre. Thank you very much, Vinny. I think Vinny represents everything that we do in our 121 family resource centres nationally. I think this is community development in action, and all of our projects have stories such as Vinny's to show the work that we do on a daily basis. I'm going to talk a little bit about a project in Hill Street that is, again, something that other family resource centres do, and it's work from a little piece of research into developing a programme that can be rolled out nationally. It's a programme called the Preparation for Preschool Programme. The programme was developed in Hill Street as a response to a need identified by parents with children aged 2 to 3 who were attending Hill Street. In 2019, we undertook research into this programme, and the research identified it as an evidence-informed, innovative, preventive and early intervention programme. Following on from this, we then went on to document the programme in the form of an implementation guide. The programme is now being piloted in other organisations, one being Newbridge FRC, and with the intention of it being rolled out nationally. And again, I think it's just a story of how small organisations can have a big impact nationally. The Preparation for Preschool was initially developed, evaluated, adapted in collaboration with children and families and preschools in Hill Street over a number of years before we started to document it properly. It was developed within Hill Street to support children transition from home to preschool in response to a clear need identified by parents of children who had challenges separating from their parents and who required language support. And over the years, the programme incorporated a community development approach and programme for the parents. Having undertaken our own internal evaluation, which showed the positive impacts of the programme, in 2019 we accessed funding through the Catherine Howard Foundation and the Community Integration Fund to carry out an independent evaluation, engaging parents, children and preschools. This work was undertaken in partnership with Matthias Urban, who's the director of the Early Childhood Research Centre in DCU, and the researcher Emma Byrne-McNamee. The research found that the programme had positive impacts on both the child and the parents' lives, and that in some cases these were life-changing. Evidence of this is that parents from the programme over the years sit on our board of management, one being Vinny, have formed a parents' forum in the centre. They sit on local school parent committees, have gone on to become cultural ambassadors in the community, and have become peer researchers in local research, ensuring the voice of migrant ethnic families are represented. And I think this is huge, that we ensure the voices of our families is represented in research being undertaken nationally or locally. We know children have transitioned to preschools easier, are more confident, settle in quicker, and have increased language skills. Following on from the research, we then went on to apply and were granted funding through the What Works funding through DCE DIY to document the programme as an implementation manual with the aim of training staff in other FRCs nationally. This is the manual. If people want to look at it later, they can come talk to me or get in touch with us at another time in Hill Street. We then applied for funding through the Community Foundation of Ireland, the RTE Toy Show appeal, to pilot the rollout of the programme. Currently, 2 other organisations are running it, one Newbridge FRC, and a further 3 have participated in training and are expected to commence the programme in September. It's a homegrown programme that can be replicated with multiple benefits for both the child and the parent. I suppose our aim is that every child and their carer parent could access this programme, ensuring the smooth transition from home to preschool for the child and creating a sense of community for the parent. Challenging has been that it's taken 4 different funders to get us to where we are now, each with their own criteria and reporting formats. For small organisations, as many of you know, this is really challenging, whereas multiple annual funding would have made our journey a lot easier. This programme is, as I said, it's just one example of many innovative programmes developed by FRCs nationally in response to the needs of their communities over the past 25 years. It's important that FRCs are supported to undertake research. This will ensure the continued growth of new innovative approaches to emerging needs, and I believe that FRCs are often best placed to address these needs. Thank you very much. Thank you.